Hey guys, remember last week I said this about the Canyon Ultimate?
Honestly, I think this is one of my favorite looking bikes I've seen so far.
So there just might be another competitor to that statement because of this bike right here, the Cipollini Dolomia. Wow, it looks so elegant, don't you guys think? Don't get me wrong, the Canyon is super sleek, super modern, especially in that gray, but there's just something about Italian-made bikes that make them stand out from other bikes. All the attention to detail, the curves, it just makes it look so elegant. Especially matched to this Bora Ultra 60mm WTO wheel set with this bronze text over here, just looks so nice. So yeah, let's check out this bike, but before we do, let's start off with a free hub sound check. Okay, it sounds good, but it's not that loud. But it sounds really good. Okay, let's start. Alrighty, the Dolomia. So this is Cipollini's lightweight climbing bike, and it's actually their lightest frame ever produced. The frame here is a size 58 and it weighs in at 920 grams. So yes, this bike is too big for me. So for this video, I won't be riding it. We're only going to be taking an overview of it and checking out all the details and specs of this bike. So let's start off with the frame, and there's one unique feature that sets this frame apart from all the other bikes. It's Cipollini's TCM technology, True Carbon Monocoque. So what that means is that this frame is molded out of a single mold of carbon. So usually other bike manufacturers will mold together different sections of the bike and then bond them together to form a complete bike. Usually they'll make the main triangle and then bond the C-stays together. But for this bike, the Dolomia, it's molded out of one single piece. So there's no bonding of different parts. It just comes out of factory like this frame right here. Really cool stuff. So the advantages of this monocoque design is that it would be more stronger, lighter, and more resistant to deterioration over time. So according to Cipollini, this way, the pressure suffered by the frame over the years will be absorbed in a more uniform and less impactful way. How I understand that example is that most bikes have their rear seat stay bonded. So when you ride over bumps, the shock and impact will eventually deteriorate the seat, this part over here where it's glued together. Whereas this single piece monocoque frame will spread out the impact more evenly and then have less deterioration. So that's how I take it. And other examples of this would be Tesla's. They're molded out of Gigapress. So their shell is a single piece as well. So that'll make their cars more structurally rigid because you don't have to weld different parts together. So the same thing applies with the bike, where a single piece would be more structurally rigid. So really cool, really light. In fact, I can lift this up with 2 fingers. Yeah, so light. So let's talk about the design of the bike. Although this bike is classified as a lightweight climbing bike, this bike has a lot of aero features. For example, this cockpit area has a one-piece carbon handlebar with fully integrated cables, so there's no exposed cables, super aero. All the tube shapes of this bike are aero optimized. For example, this seat post is a D shape and the down tube is a truncated shape, so very aero optimized. Here we have drop seat stays with extended wing bits here. Kind of reminds me of a Tarmac SL7 or even the Cannondale Super 6 Evo. So yeah, just overall really aero, very light as well. The color scheme of this bike is exposed carbon with white stripes. So if you look really closely here under the bright light, the exposed carbon has a clear coat over it, and under that clear coat is a layer of shimmering sparkles. So especially under this light, this bike looks so beautiful. So there are many other color options available, so I'm pretty sure you're going to find one that you like. I believe there's also a black and red one. That one looks really nice. But if you don't like any of the colors available, there's actually a fully customizable option under My Cipollini's program. So there you can customize any color you would like. So some other unique features to highlight is that over here, we have the Dolomia logo here with the MC standing for Mario Cipollini. That's the creator of this bike. Here we also have a handwritten logo of the Dolomia. And over here at the rear seat stay, we have the colors of the Italian flag. The attention to detail and finishing on this bike is just amazing, especially this handwritten logo over here. It just adds such a unique touch to the bike, and all the shapes and curves on this bike are so nice. There's not a lot of sharp edges and everything just flows together really nicely. Overall, makes this bike look really elegant, and knowing the fact that this bike is pressed out of a single piece of carbon mold just makes this bike so unique and special to have. Yeah, really nice. Group set on this bike is full Shimano Dura-Ace Di2 with hydraulic disc brakes. The crankset here at the front is a 5236, and the cassette at the back is an 11-speed 11 to 30 cassette. So braking is Shimano Dura-Ace, but you'll notice that the rotors look a little bit different, and that's because these ones are SRAM rotors. According to my friend, he put these on because he prefers these over the standard Shimano Dura-Ace ones, which is understandable because the current Shimano ones aren't that good anyways, which is why they're also swapping out to the mountain bike variant for their 12-speed group sets for Shimano Dura-Ace and Ultegra. So yeah, he just says he prefers these ones a lot more. Rotors are 160 here at the front and also 160 at the rear. Coming to the wheel set, these ones are the new Campanello Bora Ultra WTO 60mm wheel sets. These ones look super clean, super sleek, especially loving this carbon over here, especially compared to the older ones where they had that wacky red text. These ones look so much nicer. The text here is now black, so it matches nicely with the carbon, keeping that clean look. The Ultra here is finished with a copper paint, and then same thing as well. At the bottom, we have the Campanello crest, also in that copper paint finish. So this wheel set is 60mm deep and has an internal width of 19mm. It's optimized for 25mm tires, and currently on here are turbo cottons with tan sidewalls, also 25mm here at the front and at the back. Currently this wheel set is just set up standard with tubes, but it is tubeless compatible, and it has a undrilled seat bed, so setting this up tubeless will be super easy. One thing that you'll notice is that the spoke pattern is a little bit different from what you're used to seeing, and so this one does have a radial spoke pattern for optimal balance and stiffness. And so the spokes on this are also arrow bladed spokes with hidden internal nipples for maximum aero efficiency. One unique feature about this wheel set is its Cult Free Hub. It's made out of this carbon shell and has this hourglass shape. What's unique about it is the ceramic bearings inside. According to my friend, they're super smooth, spins super long, and yeah, if I just let it spin, it's just gonna keep spinning and spinning and spinning, and this video could be like 20 minutes long. Well, yeah, wow, it just spins so nice. Coming along to the cockpit, here we have the Dita Alinera single-piece carbon handlebar. Sorry if I pronounced the name wrong. The stem is 120mm and the width is 440mm. This handlebar is actually very unique in terms of the shape and design. For one, here we have these little dots. They're not raised, it's more like a print on here. So really nice, you can see it across the whole handlebar. Really nice. Here we have a integrated computer mount. One thing that I do notice about it is a little pointed down. I usually like my computer flat or even slightly raised, tilted up. So yeah, that's just something that you can't change. You are not able to adjust the angle on that. Overall, really clean looking handlebar, fully integrated cables, so they run inside, no exposed cable, super aero, super clean. One thing that I do notice is that the design of this is very edgy. It's very sharp and edgy. So when I place my hands over here on the top, it kind of digs into my hands over here. I find it a little bit uncomfortable. I'm more used to rounded handlebars, but that's just something that you have to get used to. Over here, when it comes to the grip, it kind of recesses down, so it puts you in a more aero position. As well as this handlebar does feature a rapid hand movement technology. Basically what it is just a compact shape which allows you to go from the hoods to the drops really fast because it's really close in the compact shape. So overall, I think this handlebar is really nice, very stiff, also very expensive. This one apparently costs around $1,000 Canadian or more. I'm not 100% too sure, but somewhere up there. But overall, this handlebar is very unique. I'm sure it's not for everyone, or it takes a little bit of time to get used to. It's definitely different, but overall, really stiff, very nice, really neat design. Coming along to the seat post, it's a carbon seat post with a D-shaped flat back to help with aerodynamics. One thing that you'll notice is that the carbon on this seat post doesn't have that shimmering finish as with the rest of the bike. So that's just something that I noticed, and honestly, you won't be able to notice it from far away. It's only until you get really up close that you can kind of see that the seat post and frame is not 100% matching because of that shimmering. But honestly, it's no big deal. It still looks really nice. The seat clamp is over here and very nicely integrated on the top here. It's just a small screw that you just unscrew and then you can adjust the seat post. The saddle on this bike is an SRX Power saddle with Mirror technology. So what that means is that it's a 3D printed saddle, and here you can see that the 3D parts are squishy, so it makes the riding more comfortable. Really neat carbon rails as well. All right, let's finish off with the weight of this bike. So here we have it at 7.25 kilograms. All right, so that's it, the Cipollini Dolomio. What do you guys think? So yeah, at 7.25 kilograms, this bike is actually pretty light. And remember, this one is a size 58, so a smaller size will be lighter. And yeah, really loving this bike, really love the attention to detail. It's just a really elegant bike. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Big shout out to my friend for letting me borrow this bike to make a video for you guys. And yeah, if you guys like this video, make sure to give this video a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.